Everyone, so right off the gate, we have a brand new T. Henri today. This one is the Stingray, one of the new combination pieces, which means we have titanium here and solid acetate up front. We're gonna take a look at this one, see some of the nice little extra features along with the overall design and have some fun with it. I always have fun with these anyways, but we'll go there. So for starters, this is the new T. Henri Stingray. We sort of got that out of the way, but I just want to go over some of the details of this new design. So they have a few in their collection that are going to be along this line where it's that combination with this new titanium piece here and the acetate front. Of course, called a combination. Some are going to have the actual ceramic pads with the pad arms and the titanium pad arms at that. Others are going to be a full acetate pad buildup. So it just depends on which way you spec the model because they do come both ways now. The one we have here, of course, has the ceramic coated pads and the titanium pad arms inserted into it. That's going to give you a little bit more universal fit and feel as you can actually adjust the pads on it, which is nice to see as sometimes that's harder to come by on acetate frames. Generally, I prefer the actual acetate bridge. That's me and what I prefer because I have a fairly average fit, which means most frames fit me pretty well. Fortunately for me, maybe not as fortunately for you, but the overall design on these is absolutely beautiful, as we would always expect with any of the T. Henri pieces, even the one I was wearing at the start. But this one you've got, of course, the acetate tips with the inclusion of a little bit of a detail back here at the back. Just a little extra tip there. But what I really like on these, and it's something you don't see done very often, is actually a pattern and detail over here on the temple tips where it grips and adds a little bit extra grip. So you used to see this, or initially started as a lot of extra file lines back there to add more grip, and a lot of the manufacturers have been doing that. But this is a newer thing I saw starting with T. Henri's towards the end of last year, where it actually has this laser etched pattern into the acetate. So you got something a little bit extra there. The overall balance and feel on these, because of that larger tip, the little extra detail inclusion on the back so that when they're closed, you still have a really cool detail there that coordinates with the detail on the front. It's one of those little things, guys, that just ups it just a little bit. But the overall look and feel of these is super good. I really like that straight edge across the top, similar to the 959 we saw from T. Henri release earlier this year as well. Which is a little bit chunkier frame, a little bit bolder. This is a little bit more subdued daily wear, in particular in the Rainforest colorway, which coordinates very nicely with this. Not intentional, but I like it and I kind of need it. But I always feel like I need the T. Henri frame, so that's its own problem. We're not going there today. But the silver detailing on these is something I did want to get into because that is very nice and the camera never cooperates on these things. But there you go. It's the T. Henri logo and leads around into that full temple, and the design flows all the way back beautifully in the light. And of course, you'll have a little bit of facet work across that brow line. As I always mention, it's one of those details I love to see on frames. But they've also got a little bit of TV bezeling going on here. I didn't really catch that too much until the light hit it just right, which essentially means you've got an extra facet inset here for where the lenses are. We can do some cool stuff with that when we mount the lenses, but that's a whole other ball game. Not quite going to go there today on this video, but might be a good topic for another one in the future. As far as overall weight on these, it is fairly slim and lightweight. It's definitely not as heavy as some of their other frames. I'm guessing here, definitely under 30 grams, probably closer to 20. So nice and on the lightweight side, but the overall balance and feel is really good, which helps with that as well. That is, yeah. So the combination arms do screw into the acetate with a threaded screw and a threaded barrel welded to the front of that. Usually durability on those is just fine. There's nothing I see that's ever super, super bad there. But in the event it is, it looks like these are actually, thanks to this being the crystalline one, I can see a little bit more detail in there. You won't catch it on the camera, but there is an extra placement stud inside of there as well to kind of help keep things in place and take some of the stress off that screw. It's a good design, something I like to see. Don't actually see that very often, so it's nice that it's there. overall, I just think it's a super clean look. Price-wise, these guys are going to be around the $800-900 range, as you would expect from something of this caliber and as limited as they are. I have number 5 of 149 in my hands, and that you can see engraved on the temple there. Of course, the camera's never going to focus on it because it's too darn close, but that's where it is. It lives right there, right behind the little T. Henri logo, and then all your sizing information there. There's some of you nuts like to hear, and it is 47 for the lens area, which is the inside here to the outside edge here. That does not account for any of this extra 8mm for the horn area, nor the one that the titanium sticks out on the side before wrapping back around in that nice little bow shape. So this will fit a nice large head well. Now, bridge area is 23. Again, these are numbers for production. If you haven't been around here long, you will learn quickly I am not a fan of paying attention to these numbers because they're more about lens placement than they are anything else. The 23mm bridge in the case of these means inside of the edge of the lens here to the inside of the edge of the lens here. You're not really telling me much about how that fits on my face, but hey, if you like those numbers, enjoy it. Temple length, which is sort of relevant versus most, is going to be 143mm. With these being a little bit more straight back design and tons of adjustment room through here, I can fit anywhere from 135 on up to a 150 if you tune it just right. And then 148 is probably going to be best for most on that longer end. That's all I've got on these. You guys let me know your thoughts below in the comments, whether that's that I just need to take this one and we don't even need to worry about it anymore, or get one for yourself. Let me know your thoughts on it, what you think of the new T. Henri releases, because we've had a lot of them. They are all phenomenal in my opinion, but I'm a little bit biased. Not that I work with them, but I like them. I'm just a sucker for them. I'll catch you guys next time. Comments below, let me know what you think of the new Stingray.